All right. Good morning. Welcome. It's good to be back and to post after a very long time. Okay, we've actually been active on the whole thing on our on the other platform that's account management and other stuff. Even though we actually have some setback and we actually set everything in place. So today we want to look at how to actually trade volatility 75. Okay, very effectively and profitably in this 2022. Okay, like I've said before, you don't really need indicator, but indicator are just a measure. They're actually for you to see what you're not seeing clearly. Okay, for example, if you have to add moving average now, we have moving average as option here. Okay, you can see now if we add moving average and we go to the moving average settings and we change the information about the moving average now. Okay, actually it will be here. So let me take this off. Let me So you have the moving average now. You can see it's moving average now. I come to the settings and I change it from 9 to let's say 50. So let's say we talk about moving average 50, though people use moving average 100 and 200. And the reason for using moving average 100 is because market can turn around quickly and you don't want to just feel the wrong perspective of the trade. Now, this is volatility 75. Now, the moving average is just communicating to you the real trend of the market. Now, I'm just switching the time frame to 1 hour because many people use 1 hour. Okay, so for example, now we can see that this market was an uptrend. So when the market pushed down, it broke below. So we just hope that the market has actually started downtrend. But you don't just jump into the trade. You are waiting for the market to make a reversal to touch the moving average and show the sell pattern so that you can sell. But eventually, the market push out like what we expected of it. The market retrace and show the upward movement. So you enter again for a buy and you kept doing that. Now, if you have actually been using indicator, let's say moving average, okay, and it seems as if maybe you jump in the trade sometime you lose and all that stuff and you felt like, okay, how can I trade this fixed 75 to be precise and actually make money without actually going experiencing a lot? Okay, I will actually be telling us something that, okay, using a rule, the Elliott rule. I will be using it to explain a simple thing. Well, these things are for people who pay for training, but you will understand it in a simple concept. Now, how will you know that the market has started a sell trend or not a buy trend? It's much about the impulse and the correction of the move of the market. Now, Elliott says that the first impulse move, impulse move the trending, while the correction also is the trending. So it's like the reversal of the movement. So he said that the first impulse and the second impulse. So the second impulse, and sorry, the first impulse and the first correction, that after the first impulse, the correction, if you corrected more than 50%, in fact Elliott states 70%, that if you correct to 60 to 70% of the first impulse move, then that market have a tendency to go in that direction. For example, what Elliott is saying simply is this, that if we look at this market that move down like this, we call this our impulse move. This is our correction move. Now the correction, it reverses more than 60%. In fact, it's even more than 70% in this case. Now that Elliott justifying that enough is the condition why we should actually enter the market, because the next impulse move will be longer, is expected to be longer than the first impulse move. This is the first impulse, this is the first correction, that the next impulse will be longer and eventually we have it longer. In fact, the statement of Elliott says that the second impulse will be almost times 2 of the first impulse. So meaning that we have this moving up to like this, then that cycle repeats itself, continue, you keep doing like that. In this case also, you have the market showing an impulse, show the correction that almost refers to that point, and you expect that the next impulse will be longer than the first impulse move. The same thing you have, you just continue with that simple concept. You can be using it to trade and make profit. And that is about the simple fact of the impulse and the correction. Now, that impulse and the correction is the basics that the people use to draw the trend line. Now, drawing the trend line, they will tell you that there is a primary trend line and there is a secondary trend line. Now, the primary trend line is actually much about the market coming to the market level that is the base. The market breaking that line shows the market has turned direction eventually. It's just like we actually following the simple things that we see here, and we draw our trend like this. Now, if you ask me, what am I doing? What exactly did I just did now? I just use this, the impulse, the correction of that impulse. We saw that the correction is more than 60%, in fact, more than 80%. So we know that this justifies the reason why we can draw our trend connecting these two. Now, not about this, but about this. Okay, now connecting these two at that present time for that particular market. Now, if this market have in any way pushed above, we believe that the market has turned around to actually becoming buy trend market and no longer a sell trend, except you justify the other way around. Now, you saw the market moving all the way down, trying to break it and consolidate above to be successful, eventually fail to continue on the down trend. The same will failed again, and in this case now we believe it's now successful because the market has successfully shown buy pattern. So we're expecting it to touch this and start going up because we already have this, that we have our impulse correction. Now, this is now the point that you need to understand. Now, according to the Elliott, which will help you, this correction that you have here, okay, that's great that we even have the two examples. This correction that you have here is not good enough, this particular correction. So we saw the market actually making the impulse move and the correction. If you measure this correction, I believe it's not up to 50% of this impulse, meaning that there will be a longer, you will actually completely rule out that your rule and like take out the whole of your rule of Elliott like that of your counting. Then you start counting your one again. Now it means that I'll count my one again from here to here and no longer from here to here, because from here to here with this correction shows less than 60%, not even 70% that Elliott expected it to be. So now it's less than 50%. So because it's less than 50%, I'm expecting a long reversal that will be more than 50%. And if I'm not prepared for it, it will actually happen and I might actually find myself losing some trade because I thought the market will continue the trend. Now, some people would have drawn this uptrend and thinking that's the real correct uptrend. In fact, they will be making profit at a particular time until the market will just start selling directly, and they expect reversal. They will just see that the market just keep pushing, possibly reaching their entry level, reaching their stop loss and stopping them out all of a sudden. So this is actually very important for you to know. So this is expected, whether now or later, is expected to push back more than 50% of this move. That is, to be at least 60 to 70% to justify our counting on Elliott. And if you can actually use those combination in actually drawing your trend line, you draw trend line that will be more effective in your trading, that will help you and help you continually make money off the market by the reason of the market pushing up and reversing. Okay, we have actually talked about this now. So when this market pitch at this point also, the same thing happen. Market move up and make a reversal. Now look at it now. The first impulse and the correction, this was not more than 50% of this impulse. We will count from here. If we do our measurement, okay, this is the measuring tape. So let's pick it from here and we pick it all the way to this point. Let's first of all pick this part. Okay, let's say we use this. This is 27.1. Okay, 27.152. All right. So let's put it as 27.152. Now let's say from that point again we pick it's from that same point that the market reverses down. Then if you pick and you go down, you will be surprised to see that the going down, the market is just 11.9. Now remember, that one is 27, this is 11, meaning that this is not even half of 27. So it's not up to 50% that corrected. Now eventually something happened, our counting change. We no longer say from here to here is our impulse again. We start counting that from here to here become our impulse. So we measure again our impulse from here up to this place. Then we have, you can see we have 32.8. Now 32.8 become our impulse. From that 32.8 level, let's calculate our correction. Now there was reversal, the correction that is expected from here down to this place. That is 29. Now if you take something is 30, I think 32, this one is 29, meaning that it's more than 60%, as Elliott predicted, that by then we can now make entry for our buy. Now if you look at it now, because you have seen a reversal that is more than 50%, now you wait for the market to show the buy momentum. Then you have the buy momentum, then you can enter the market here confidently, setting your stop loss below this level, expecting market never to pass it, because by that time you can now draw your trend line and market supposed to be pushing up in an upward direction in that way, which you eventually saw that even though the market pushed back, all you did after you see the buy momentum is to add more position. And after adding more position, the market keep going in your direction, and you keep making a lot of money. So these are the way you can actually trade volatility 75 this year and actually be more profitable. You don't have to to go to multiple time frames to analyze. You can use any time frame to analyze it. 15 minutes, 1 hour, 5 minutes, any time frame. Just follow these simple rules and trade it. And give me feedback. Okay. Now remember, I did not even use the moving average, but you can still use the moving average well to actually continually, if you want to be more safe and secure in your trading, you can keep using the moving average. But till the next time, I'll see you. Thank you and take care. So if you have not subscribed to my channel before, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. And for the aspect of account management, I would like to actually wrap up from there. Now, from the aspect of account management, we actually make a modification, and the reason is because a lot of people have great expectation in a short period of time, and because of that, uh, okay, I have few people that trade and they are actually tied up in the other thing. So much about responding to people, trading for account management, and VIP signal. All of them were on me, and it seems as if people felt a little way that they expect better from me in responding and all that stuff. Now, so we actually make modification for the account management so that we don't actually come short of your expectation. Though we have drafted out our plans, so we have a worst case scenario, we have our target for the day. So our target for each day is to double the account and to do it for your own. Now the worst case scenario is to make 50% of the account. So now that was what we started with show people. Then over the time we realized how people were so much engrossed with a lot of expectation in a short period of time. So we have to let them understand a better concept that okay, forex is a business, it's not a get rich quick scheme. So we actually make a promise in a standard way that okay, anybody that is bringing any money into his account for account management should prepare for 100% profit in a month, not in a week, not in a day. To prepare for 100% profit in a month. That okay, you will have 100% of whatsoever you are putting into your account in a month. And if there is a drawdown, if you lose your account, we categorize into three categories: less than 200, less than 1,000, from 200 to less than 1,000, and 1,000 and above. That if you are in the first category, which is less than $200, from 100 to 199, if we experience an absolute drawdown on your account, don't worry, don't panic. You are going to get 30% refund of your account at the end of the month. Now, not at the beginning. So if you come on the 10th of February for account management, and let's say market was bad and we lost your account, maybe on the 11th, maybe on the 15th, maybe on the 16th, you will wait till 10th of March. But surely exactly on the 10th of March, the process is automatic. So you'll be credited into your wallet 30% of whatsoever you bring to us normally. And if you want us to trade for you, it's just like another condition entirely. We start trading all over for you, and eventually you can enjoy. Now, this is just for you to actually have a broader view of what the market is. And the second category of the $200 to 999 is 50% refund. All of them are 100% profit. That after we have taken our share out of your account, you still make 100% in a month. Now, the third category is the 1,000 and above. We get the 100% refund of the account. Now, we make it so clear that does it mean that we're not working with our daily target or target and alternate scenario? No, we're still working with those rules perfectly. But the point now is much about, okay, in as much that we are working with our rule, that in a whole month, in a week, in a day, we are actually doubling or making out of your account. You don't put so much of your mind into it, so that if at a particular time there is a little drawdown that we need to build up, you will still just have a rest of mind of a month plan and not a day plan, so that you will not just get furious, annoyed and angry with us. So we're actually trying to say, if somebody is like in hurry to make it, like you cannot actually abide with that, having a mind of a month in you, even though you can make a lot in a day, in a week, no problem. You can look for another person. But if you think you love that 100% is great, and if there is a drawdown, there is still a show of paying back to you. That is a system that now works. Now, we are happy to have you. Now, many people will actually feel like, this has actually happened before and they didn't respond and all that thing. Everybody that actually be on our level, on our account management list, know how we value them so much. That we really mean it. And the reason is because we see that over the time we delay a lot of people because of their actions, but they are not conscious about, okay, that it affected everything around trading for us. So we our responding to them fast was affected, but we need to do better instead of making excuses, and that's what make us to come with this plan, so that it can help everybody. So if you want to actually be part of the account management, if you see anyone and you are happy with it, you think you're fine with it, you can work with it, no problem. Just send us the message through our telegram. We will be glad to actually get you started. And for Nigerians, we have agents that actually you use. Now you actually have like, okay, what if you have funded my account? No problem, bring it up. But if you've not funded your account, no problem, use our agent. Not because we are having any share of profit or anything, but for you to be easy to deposit and for ease in withdrawal. That's just it. It's just so that, because the agent does service for other people, is because we check somebody with reputation in the business that will not do, we will not have any challenge with him. That's why we actually go for the agent, and we expect everybody to actually use him if you are Nigerian. But for outsiders, you can use any means of deposit. We collect perfect money, we collect Skrill, and we collect cryptocurrency. So you can deposit with any of those means, so that withdrawal can also be easy. Thank you very much. We love you. See you in the next video. Or if you want to join our Telegram, the link to the general Telegram group is also in the description below. So just check it and join. If you have not subscribed, you're watching, you subscribe. If you are blessed, please, with this, just let me know. Make comment and appreciate it. We'll be glad, we'll be happy to have you, that you actually recommend the channel also to people. Thank you very much. Love you all.